Hi, I'm Rachel Rossi, the owner and designer at Rachel Rossi Design. Today I have a quick tutorial for you on how to change your Martelli Rotary Cutter blades. I often post about this product and how much I love it. I love the ergonomic design and how well it cuts, and it's just a great product. But a lot of you have come back with comments about that you're having troubles or are unable to change your blades. So I'm going to go through and show you how to change the 60, 45, and 28 millimeter cutting blades. There's a couple tricks or tips or things you might not have known that I want to go over before we get started. So stay tuned for this, and then we'll get to the 60 and 45 millimeter blades, and then after that we'll do the 28 millimeter because it's slightly different. So the first thing to know is that if your blade is having troubles, I want you to pop open your case and actually look at your blade. You'll notice that a Martelli blade has a solid circle in the center. Other brands tend to have notches cut out of the center, so you might have 3 or 2 notches. That's fine for those other brands of rotary cutters, but with the Martelli blades, that's actually going to damage the screw that goes through the center of your blade. I have mine popped out here, so this inserts to there. So if you're having issues with your blade and you take a look and find that you have those notches, get in touch with Martelli and ask them for a new screw for the center of your rotary cutter. The other piece that I want to address is that if you're using a Martelli blade in your rotary cutter, there's a good chance that it doesn't need switched out. These blades last for a very long time. I'm going to show you how to go through and actually clean out the whole rotary cutter, because a lot of times you get lint and fabric kind of gunked up inside the case, which combines with oil and just kind of turns into glue, and that gives a lot of problems with the cutters as well. So I'm going to show you how to clean out and change your blades if you end up needing to change your blades. Here I have my 3 cutters. The 60 and 45 are about the same, so I'm going to show you how to work on the 45, and then we'll get on to the 28 millimeters. The first thing you'll notice is that the arrow on your blade cover is actually pointing for you to unscrew it clockwise. It feels wrong, but it's right. If it was going counterclockwise, it would come loose as you're cutting. So unscrew, put that aside, and next we're going to pull back the safety cover so that we have access to the blade. Carefully pull out your blade and set that aside as well. If you'd like to clean it now, you can. Just carefully wipe it on your piece of batting or scrap fabric to get off the oil and the fabric pieces that are there. Again, please be very careful. These are extremely sharp blades. Now I'm going to show you how to clean this out, because look at all that junk inside of the case. That's a big reason for issues with these blades. So seeing that tab, push down. That front cover is going to pull out. You can just wipe off the inside and see this little flower shape? That should be spinning freely. If it's not, take it out and wipe it off. And you're going to get clean inside all those little grooves. So I use this piece of batting. You can use a toothpick wrapped in fabric or a stiletto, anything like that to really get every bit of this blade clean. Now put that flower shape back in. That's spinning much better now. And then we're going to put in the front cover, and that just slides right back in. Now the thing you'll notice is the trick is going to be getting the blade between the flower shape and the front cover. This is the trickiest part, and I think where people have a lot of struggles. So take your time and make sure that you're getting the blade between those 2 plastic pieces. Again, be very, very careful. Once the blade is in place, I want you to cover up the edge with your blade cover. And now, once everything's lined up still, we're going to put that screw in, and you're going to screw it counterclockwise, which I know feels wrong, but it's right. Now we're going to move on to the 28 millimeter. This is basically the same idea, but it looks a little bit backwards, so we're going to go over it. I usually need a pair of pliers to get this little washer off, but that's what you're trying to remove, that little washer there. You're going to turn it counterclockwise. Usually just one crank on the pliers gets it started, and then I keep unscrewing until it's completely removed. This screw usually gives me a little more troubles than that. There's your blade, so go ahead and clean that if you need to. Clean the inside of the cover if you need to, just like we did on the larger sizes. And this is all going to be very loose. That's okay. Don't worry. In the end, you want to make sure that the edge of that oval lines up with the circle behind it. All right, so that's all we're worried about getting back in place. Once everything's clean, put your blade back in. There it is right there. And put the washer on first. I'm doing them separately here. You can just leave it on the screw, but put the washer on so that it's against the blade. And then put the screw through the washer, the blade, the cover, and the piece on the back right here. And now we're going to put that little washer on the back. There it is right there. And screw it on. I usually use the pliers just to tighten it up one last time before I'm finished. If you loved this tutorial and are looking for more quilt inspiration, patterns, or blog posts, please visit me at www.rachelrossi.design.